corrections?
No.
Okay, seeing none, I entertain a motion to approve them.
Your Honor, I'd move to approve the February 3rd work session minutes and authorize your signature to any necessary documents.
And I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, minutes stand. First item on our agenda is public hearing to receive public comment on the 2026-2027 Community Development Block Grant, or CDBG, Annual Action Plan. And is Allison going to come to discuss?
I had it all ready, and then, of course, it doesn't work. Okay. Thank you, Mayor and Council. We are here just on our first hearing, first public hearing, just to start the annual action plan for this next year. And as a reminder, so we use 15% to the public service, we use 20% for administration, and right now the 65% is undetermined. We're not quite sure how we want to proceed right now. And then another reminder of, these were our goals from last year when we did the con plan, the housing rehabilitation we had on there, facility improvements, public services, and then administration. I know we do have some community representatives here that would like to address, but so far this is all we have.
Okay. Well, thank you. We'll go ahead and open the public hearing. Is there anyone here to speak in regards to our CDBG action plan? Deneen?
Yes. It seems like I've been doing this forever. I would just want to thank you guys for your support. Johanna Shaw, who's our Circles coordinator, that's where we received the funding for last year, wanted to be here, but unfortunately she has bronchitis. But I wanted to share with you what she wanted to say. So she wants to express sincere gratitude to Clearfield City for its continued support. Clearfield City's annual investment directly impacts Clearfield residents who are actively working to increase their income, pursue education, and build long-term financial stability. As Clearfield continues to grow and welcome new businesses and development, Circles has intentionally taught and encouraged participating families to engage in these expanded opportunities. Johanna has done such a great job with our Circles program. Just to give you some numbers, just this year we have 48 new participants. 91% of them have increased income. 9 of those participants reached 200% of federal poverty level, so they no longer are receiving any types of services. We have over 1,500 volunteer hours. We just started a partnership in January with 1999 Collective, and that's working with foster care kids who are aging out of foster care, and we're helping them learn about renting an apartment, getting jobs. I just sat in on a Zoom meeting with their whole organization, and it was so moving. These kids really have nobody to turn to, and it's so great to see them look towards open doors, to ask for help, to talk about their emotions. It's very, very moving. We truly appreciate your support, and we would really like to see this program grow even further. With that said, also our agency is growing. For those of you who don't know, Open Doors finally filled a long-standing goal of buying a building where all of our programs can be housed together, and it's in Clearfield. We have our 2 properties up for sale. We purchased it in January thanks to a very generous donor who wishes to remain anonymous. We also, too, will be selling our buildings, and we have a remodel. It'll probably be about 3 months. Open Doors just continues to grow. We're so involved with the community. We feel very, very lucky that we're part of Clearfield City.
We're lucky to have you.
Any questions? And we have a great board member, too. Thank you, Dakota.
Well, thank you.
Thank you for all you do.
Thanks.
Is there anyone else here to speak tonight? Oh, yes, we've got a couple.
Good evening. I'm Val Lopez. I'm with the Community Learning Center, just right behind the building, attached to Wasatch Elementary. So I have a paper that I'll send out to you guys with some of the programs that we have at the community center. But the center works more of a hub where we come together as partners to provide support for students. Our shared commitment is really changing the odds for every child so that when a student enters the classroom, that's their only concern, that they're there to learn, and we take care of the rest. So as a former teacher, I had students who I knew were struggling at home. They didn't have food, they didn't have access to clothing, to school supplies, and for some of those students, they wouldn't come to school. And so at the beginning of this school year, I had a mom come to the school sent them over to the community center, and this family is homeless. They're living out of their car. And mom said to the school, I don't think I'm sending my children to school that first week because we don't have clothing for them. And so we took them in. We went into our community closet and provided clothing for that family so that those students could be there that first week of school. We got them some pants, some shirts, some new shoes, a backpack with school supplies so that they were ready that first day. And so the community house is that community closet, but along with that, we have a collaboration with Open Doors. And now that they've closed their physical site to the food pantry, they do more of a mobile site. And so with that collaboration, we've been able to bring them to the community center, to North Davis, South Clearfield, and Antelope Elementary, where now families have access to food on a weekly basis at a different location. And so for the 2025 year, we served 17,676 individuals from Clearfield City. Along with that program, we've started our Baby and You, which is a program for parents with children 0 to 3. The goal is to equip parents with the knowledge so that they can better support their child's learning early on. With that program, it's 9 weeks. Parents who complete it receive $500 towards their child's My529 college savings account. Currently, we have 28 parents who will be graduating next week. It's a big accomplishment for those parents, yeah. We have our adult English classes, which we have about 35 students who attend Monday to Friday from 9 to 1 p.m. And then we have our GED program in the evening that has over 50 students attending at night so that they can get their GED or high school diploma. Along with that, we've tapped into other community partners who have helped us with turkeys for families during the holiday. We've had Northrop Grumman donate Christmas to an entire family. We had 6 families from Clearfield City who received Christmas support for the entire family. And so I know that the work we are doing at the community center, it's not just us, but we know that it takes many partners to do this work, and we are just grateful for Clearfield City and the support that we have received, and hopefully the support that we will continue to receive so that we can better support our Clearfield City residents. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Come on up.
Whoops. Leave it up to me. First, I think we all decided black was the option today. But my name is Emily Hillstead, and I'm the Development Director at Safe Harbor Crisis Center. And again, like all of my other fellow service members of our community, wanted to say thank you to Clearfield City. Safe Harbor Crisis Center is the only domestic violence and sexual assault center in Davis County. So we are the only provider of this service to all of Clearfield and many other cities in Davis County. I pulled a few numbers before I came, and last fiscal year, we served almost 300 of Clearfield survivors of sexual assault or domestic violence. This fiscal year, which is not over yet, we've already served almost over that amount. So we're at about 280, and last time we were about 290. So the fiscal year is not over, and we're already sadly going to break the numbers we helped last fiscal year. We do important work at Safe Harbor. We've expanded our transitional housing apartments from the 10 apartments. Now we have 24. We're on our second year of our transitional housing apartments, which also include from studio apartments to 2 to 3 bedroom apartments for families of Clearfield and families of all of Davis County. Todd Hickson, our executive director, couldn't be with us today. He recently went and had some surgery done. So he's sad that he couldn't be here. He enjoys, if you guys know who Todd Hickson is, he enjoys a good storytelling. But he also wanted me just to share his thanks and that we are very proud to be a part of Davis County. Originally I'm from Evanston, Wyoming, just over the border. You may know a little bit about it, but Evanston is a very much community-driven city. And so when I decided to move to Davis County, that was one thing that I looked at, and that I'm very proud to be a part of Davis County, is just as proud as I am as Evanston because of the community support and the drive that we have to serve those. So thank you again.
Thank you very much. Davis County, Evanston, I mean, they're pretty much the same thing except for the lottery and fireworks. Yeah, and the casino. Yeah, outside of those little things.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I'm Marcy Clark, and I'm from the Davis County Health Department, and we have submitted an application for CDBG funding to support Davis Links. And Davis Links is an online resource directory that connects service providers and community members to resources in Davis County. So all of these providers that provide wonderful services to our community are in the directory, and we want the community to know about it and to know how to access the services. For many years, we've been hearing from community members that they don't know what services are available and how to access them. And this resource directory fills that gap. So the directory is davislinks.org, and you can launch a search by typing in a zip code and then a topic. And it has many resources from basic needs to housing to also physical activity. It's available in more than 130 languages, so it's very accessible. And we launched the site to the community in August of 2025. And so far, or in 2025, there's been 18,256 searches of davislinks.org and 7,461 visitors. And we can pull data and analytics from the resource directory, and so we can actually pull the zip code from Clearfield. And so in 2025, from Clearfield, there were 7,341 searches, which means people were searching for services in Clearfield. And so this funding would help us specifically promote to community members in Clearfield so that they know that this is available to them and be able to search and find resources. And we would appreciate your consideration. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Is there anyone else here to speak in regards to the... Good enough. Well, seeing no additional public comment, I'd entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
I move to close the public hearing.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Very good. Well, that brings us to item number 2, which is our open comment period. I don't have any forms for anybody that was here to speak to the council tonight. Was there anybody that was here that didn't? Okay. We will move on then. Item number 3 is to consider approval and consent to my appointments to the Planning Commission and the Parks and Recreation Commission. I'm just going to actually just read this because it's easier for me. The recent election of Commissioner Danielle King to the City Council and resignations by members of the Planning Commission and Parks and Recreation Commissions have created vacancies that need to be filled. I am recommending that we appoint Chris Rocchio and Michael Tan to be appointed to the Planning Commission and Samantha Hutchinson be appointed to the Parks and Recreation Commission. Council, we've had the chance to interview a whole group of people, and these would be the ones that I would recommend to us that we appoint, and would look for a motion to that effect.
Okay, you do it now. You got it right in.
I move to approve the mayor's appointment of Chris Rocchio as a regular member of the Planning Commission, Michael Tan as an alternate member of the Planning Commission, and Samantha Hutchinson to the Parks and Recreation Commission with an expiration date of February 2029.
Second.
No, motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Nancy,
Mayor,
you
we'd
wanna
like
take
to
care of
swear 'em
those
in.
now? We would ask Michael and
Smith, come on.
do we have them both there? Oh, yes, we do. She is over there.
Chris couldn't be here tonight.
Just have you come stand over here. And raise your right hand and repeat after me.
I state your names. Do solemnly swear that I will support, obey, and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Utah. That I will discharge my duties with fidelity. Okay, and then I'm just going to have you sign these forms for me. Let's see, Samantha here. Michael, there's two, so you can have them too.
You both. We're excited to have you and put you to work. Okay, well, council, our next item is to is our fiscal year 2026 mid-year financial update. Time to turn the time over to Rich for that update.
Okay, Mayor and Council, there's good things and bad things happening overall. Nothing's really bad. We're good. It's just things we want to watch and consider as we're moving forward. This is halfway through the year. The expenses I'll show you actually be through January, the revenues through December. A quick overview of the revenues and where we're at with that. Tax revenue, 58% at 50% of the year, which is great. License permits a little low. And everything here, charges for service, a little lower than what we'd anticipate in the budget. Fines forfeiture a little lower. Overall, though, 54% of revenues. Just the main highlights of those revenues, sales tax, good news. We just got December last night, so we know what happened during the holiday season, and it was good. So we're 230,000 over last year, July through December. And then the projection, which was about 350,000 last time I talked to you, is now 465,000 over the 26 budget. But on the flip side, energy tax is only 1% higher than last year. The shortfall is a little less than what I last stated, but now we have more data, so 315,000 short on energy tax, and that will be. These things will also play into when we're doing our 27 budget over the next couple months. Building permits, 200,000 projected short on the 26 budget. That is hard to project, so don't hold me to that because any projects come in at any time, but that is significant. The other leading indicator, plan check fees, is also lower. Good news. Aquatic and Fitness Center is 112,000 higher July through January than last year, or 15% higher. And then our court fines, forfeitures, and fees are 134,000 projected short on the 26 budget. So balancing those all out, it almost balances out. Not included here, because we talked about it before, is our property tax levy was lower than the budget anticipated by 200,000. But on the flip side of that is our interest rate earnings are all still holding higher than what we budgeted. So A lot of things to juggle there. And we will get more into all of this and better analysis as we go through the budget in our work sessions. To look at the sales tax in better detail here, here's where, if you were looking at April, May, June, it started to go down, and this was only a little bit of an uptick, but then October, November, December, this is Clearfield point of sale, boom, right back up. So really hard to anticipate what's going to happen. This is the time period, January to December, year over year, both the state and Clearfield's point of sale increased 5%, which is, they never anticipating necessarily is overtime in public works is really high. Water leaks. We had pump failures causing a budget overrun in our contract services and water. And related to that is our pumping costs for our well. And Adam just told me that Weber Basin was turning off. I can't speak public works. They were turning off the water, so we had to pump some more in January. Is that close enough? Okay. So those are the main exceptions that I noticed. So overall, I think we're okay, and we'll just get into this and watch this as we go through the budget for 27. Are there any questions? Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Rich. Well, that brings us to our communication items. I really don't have anything for you tonight, so Councilmember Worth?
Well, Deneen gave you the most succinct overview of Open Doors, so I won't even try to follow that. But all I've really got is a reminder that the Youth Commission is doing a fundraiser at Zupa's tonight in Layton. So if anybody is hungry leaving this meeting, if you go and purchase dinner at Zupa's in Layton on Antelope Drive, a portion of that supports the Clearfield Youth Commission and their fundraising efforts to get to DC in March. So just wanted to remind everybody of that.
Nice.
Okay. Councilmember Rashford?
The Citizen Police Academy starts tomorrow. If anyone is interested, I did print out some flyers there in the back there. It'll go over any of the items that you'll do every single, I would say, 15-week course, and it's very insightful. I highly encourage everyone to do it. The fire department, we will be having the ladder truck arrive in July. So we'll have a, what do they call that, the toe of the fire truck? You push the fire truck?
Yeah, when they push it in.
Okay. And then the last one is we just have an awards banquet for the North Davis Fire on March 5th.
Okay. Councilmember Kane?
I don't have anything tonight.
Okay. Councilmember Thompson?
Considering that this is last week, Black History Month, I'm just going to give a quick moment to recognize Carter G. Woodson and to say that he once said that, when you control a man's thinking, you do not have to worry about his actions. You do not have to tell him not to stand here or go yonder. He will find his proper place, and he will stay in it. You do not need to send him to the back door. He will go without being told. In fact, if there is no back door, he will cut one for a special benefit. His education makes it necessary. The reason why I cover this quote right now is because currently, right now, Carter G. Woodson is really trying to impart that if you make people not understand how great they are, they won't find their greatness. In this last week of Black History Month, I just want to recognize the Black history that was made in the United States when we had that hockey player, female hockey player Kayla, be the first black woman to ever win the gold medal on the hockey team. The reality is this, that just deeply for me, I felt it was necessary to recognize this month because a lot goes on, and considering that I'm the first black elected official of this council, I wanted to make sure that this month just is recognized for a moment. So thank you for your time.
Okay, thank you. Staff reports, JJ.
Other than being busy with the legislative session, as many of the rest of you also are, I wanted to just give you a heads up. You're aware that we've already obviously contracted with Layton City for dispatch services. We did that 2 or 3 years back, and we are to the point now that the other cities in the northern part of the county will soon be joining that consolidation, as Davis County does also. So there will be an agenda item coming to you soon to review that new interlocal agreement for that purpose, but it affects the fire district, for example, and the other cities in our area. So if you hear some chatter on that, if you have any questions at all about that, let me know, or Chief Bennett's also well aware of all those discussions and the evolution of it all.
Okay, thank you. Nancy?
Yeah, we have a work session scheduled for next week. We'll do some more budget talks, I think. I can't remember what was on it. We have work and policy sessions scheduled for March 10th. No meeting on the 17th because of NLC. And March 24th, we have both work and policy scheduled. So just some upcoming stuff.
Great. Any other staff reports? Spencer?
He just barely sat down.
Mayor and Council, I hold in my hand, Spencer Brimley, Assistant City Manager, Clearfield City. I hold in my hand an email from Nick Jarvis for the upcoming NLC Congressional Cities Conference 2026. Just wanted to give you one last reminder. I forwarded the email, even though you got it, because I'm a worrywart, so we look forward to our trip together so I can worry about everything. But if you would please go on and make sure you RSVP for the events, and so they can be counted, especially with any of those that might be coming with you. So that was it. Thank you.
Okay. If that's it, I would entertain a motion to adjourn here and reconvene in our work session.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Thank you, everyone, for being here.
This is
Okay.
There's like 4 or 5 different levels. I was so excited for it. I was like, oh, we can finally do skills.